Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you to address a matter of strategic importance: Zimbabwe's recent engagement with Russian investors to develop small modular nuclear reactors. This development is not just a regional or African issue, it is a global one, with ramifications for the United States, NATO, and the broader Western alliance. It touches on energy security, geopolitical influence, and the delicate balance of power in a rapidly changing world. Let us explore why the situation demands our immediate attention and response. Expanding Russia's influence in Africa. Over the past decade, Russia has strategically partnered with African nations, including Rwanda, South Africa, Zambia, and Burkina Faso, to establish a foothold in critical sectors like energy and security. By enabling nuclear development in Zimbabwe, Russia is not merely exporting technology. It is embedding itself as a long-term partner in Africa's strategic industries, strengthening its geopolitical influence on the continent. These moves challenge Western interests in Africa, which include promoting democratic governance, stability, and sustainable economic growth. A shift in global power dynamics. Russia's involvement in Zimbabwe's nuclear energy sector reflects a broader strategy to diversify its global partnerships amid sanctions and isolation by the West. This is not just about energy, it is about Russia's ability to forge alliances that could translate into political leverage in global forums like the United Nations, undermining US and NATO's strategic goals. With Africa's growing importance as a trade partner and resource hub, the West cannot afford to cede influence to Russia. Zimbabwe's nuclear ambitions, supported by Moscow, could undermine efforts to promote Western-led initiatives on the continent. Potential for weaponization. While Zimbabwe claims its nuclear ambitions are for peaceful energy generation, the technology and expertise provided by Russia could open doors to nuclear proliferation. Without stringent oversight, there is a risk that nuclear materials could fall into the wrong hands or be diverted for non-civilian purposes. Lack of regulatory frameworks. Zimbabwe's nascent nuclear infrastructure lacks robust regulatory mechanisms. This raises concerns about safety, waste management, and adherence to international nuclear protocols. Russia's track record in other nations has shown that its primary interest often lies in expanding influence rather than ensuring compliance with global safety standards. Economic vulnerabilities. Financing nuclear projects through Russian loans or partnerships can lead to a debt trap, leaving Zimbabwe economically beholden to Moscow. This mirrors patterns seen in other developing countries where large-scale infrastructure projects have led to dependency rather than development. Promoting sustainable solutions. Zimbabwe's stated intent to expand renewable energy resources like solar and wind offers an opportunity for the West to step in with alternative investments. The United States and its allies could collaborate with Zimbabwe to deliver clean energy solutions that align with global climate goals while fostering stronger bilateral relations. By offering competitive, sustainable energy alternatives, the West can diminish the appeal of Russian-backed nuclear projects and create an environment where Zimbabwe's energy needs are met without geopolitical strings attached. Ladies and gentlemen, the West must recognize the strategic implications of Zimbabwe's nuclear partnership with Russia. It is not merely about energy. It is about influence, security, and the balance of power in Africa and beyond. The United States, NATO, and their allies must engage proactively, strengthen diplomatic ties with African nations, offering meaningful partnerships that address their energy and economic needs, provide alternatives, invest in renewable energy projects across Africa, reducing the need for nations like Zimbabwe to turn to Russia for critical infrastructure, enhance oversight, work with international bodies to ensure that nuclear projects in Africa meet the highest safety and non-proliferation standards. By taking these steps, we can not only counter Russian influence, but also support sustainable development in Africa, ensuring a future that benefits all.